Welcome to the Advise Show, media with the common sense approach. So there's a video that was released of Carrier Air Conditioners plant in Indianapolis. And they was telling the employees that they was going to have to ship the distribution and plant to Monterrey, Mexico. And the employees did not like that at all. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
It became clear that the best way to stay competitive and protect the business for long term is to move production from our facility in Indianapolis to Monterrey, Mexico. Here, where we have existing carrier facilities. Listen, I've got information that's important to share as a part of the transition. If we could go ahead. If you don't want to hear it, other people do. So let's quiet down. Thank you very much. We also intend to relocate the distribution center from Indianapolis as well. Relocating our operations to Monterrey will allow us to maintain high levels of product quality at competitive prices and continue to serve the extremely price-sensitive marketplace. I want to be clear, this is strictly a business decision. Once again, let's please get more information to share. And by no means a reflection of the performance of this facility or any individual within it. It is important that you understand that there will be no impact on jobs today. In fact, the first transition would not take place until the middle of 2017. We expect the move to take place in phases over approximately 3 years as we ramp down our operations in the Indianapolis facility. We expect the transition to continue through 2019. This announcement is, of course, subject to discussions with our local union representatives. We will sit down with officials from the union in the coming days.
How long it takes for people to start tearing shit?
Throughout the transition, we must remain committed to manufacturing the same high-quality products that we always do. Once again, please quiet down. We still have a job to do. We have to take care of what needs to be done every day and continue to do it well, just like we always do. This was an extremely difficult decision. It was made most difficult because I understand that it will have an impact on all of you, your families, and the community. As we continue, and just as we are doing today, we will provide you with as much information as soon as possible about the transition. This will allow you to understand the plan better, as well as the impact on you personally. We are committed to treating you with respect throughout this transition, and we will work with your union representatives to help ensure that this is the case. Thank you for your attention. I'm now going to turn the floor over to Jim, who has some more important details.
This is a constant thing that keeps happening in the United States, that all the manufacturing jobs are either in Mexico, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, the Philippines, and if they can't get the cheap labor from them, they're going to get it from prisons. Understand something, this country was built on slave labor and cheap to no pay overhead on labor, and paying Americans good wages, insurance, workman's comp, unemployment, and anything else that is required in this country. These people in business don't want to pay that. They can know that they don't have to provide insurance, workman's comp, unemployment, could get sued or whatever else in these other countries. These other countries don't even operate like that. And then we pay the employees like they're paid here. They paid pennies on the dollar in a lot of places. So it's going to be an estimated 1,400 people that's going to lose their job. Now, I want to address one thing. Did you hear the guy say, well, that's why we didn't want them here? Okay. They didn't ship your job over there to Monterrey. It was a white-owned company that shipped your job to Monterrey, Mexico. It's the same thing about Donald Trump and them talking about building a wall. Would that wall would have stopped them losing their job? They would have went right over that wall and put their job in Monterrey, Mexico, and you'd have lost out again. Same thing when they complain about the immigrants coming to the country. The wall, you put it up, but why don't you arrest the white business owners who's hiring illegals? It's that crowd is everybody else's fault except people within my own community. And that amazes me how people like that don't want to address that at all. It's the black people's fault. It's the Hispanics' fault. It's everybody else's fault. But you can't blame a white man for nothing, even though this white company is hurting white people too. You now saw how the brother reacted to it. Like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. Because the black people, we used to that junk. We used to losing jobs. We used to be getting the short end of the stick. So it's like, what's the use of screaming and yelling and getting mad for? Just go on and say, you know what? All right, how long? When's my last day, man? So I can go ahead on and figure out what I got going on. That's exactly how I responded to it. I was like, look, we're going to get a service package or what? That's all I want to know. We get a severance package to do me good for, and a lot of times those companies will give you a severance package if they do those sort of things. And, so just find out if you get a service package, find out if you can get another job. This is also part of your politicians' fault, why they made it easy to ship all the jobs to Mexico and China and Taiwan and all these other countries. It's your government's fault why they're doing this, because you don't have a president that's even running right now that's going to say, you know what, I'm going to take a hard stance on something and everybody going to hate me, but they're going to love me at the end of the day. I'm going to block all imports from these foreign countries in the U.S. Yes, we may have some shortages on something for a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to save your job at the end of the day, because I'm going to break corporate America where they couldn't make no money. It's unless they do plants here in the United States. That's what a real leader would do. They will make the sacrifice. They will piss off corporate America and say, you know what, from now on, you have to make things in the USA if you're going to sell it to the USA. We're not putting up with that crap no more. It will cut a lot of business out of foreign countries. It will bring plenty of jobs back, but you don't have a president running right now. I'm talking about a president to a candidate, of course. You don't have one running right now that will have the testicular fortitude to take their position and don't care what they think, because all the mess Donald Trump even saying, he's not saying he's going to do that. Not at all. So this just one of many. It's going to keep happening to the point that you have no manufacturing jobs in the United States because they just getting too much money in foreign countries instead of hiring American workers. Until you demand the people who's actually doing it, these business owners, and not people who's coming over here or whoever else who don't got a job either, just like you, nothing's going to change. Get your politicians, get those in corporate America who's doing that sort of thing, not people that ain't got nothing. Consider supporting us monthly on Patreon, because independent media is a grassroots movement. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.